Saturday because this is Facebook Live with the Fist Pump guy, Bondi's Toyota. As I said, I'm getting ready for my Tundras and Tacos event on Saturday, so I got to come out here and clean up some stuff on the grass out here. And what I want to do is I want to help everybody out there improve their work ethic. When I was with my previous employer, I was a manager at Walmart. There was 3 things that I really looked at that I come up with that you could tell, and that it's definitely a characteristic of somebody with a poor work ethic. And I'm gonna go over those real quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but if you fall into one of these 3 categories or all of them, it's probably something that you need to work on or adjust. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the dealership I'm in right now, I love it. I've been here for a long time, 7-8 years. I've seen a lot of salespeople come and go, right? Had one leave the other day. Sean Hayes, I know who that one is. But he was going to another dealership because he felt like he wasn't performing well. And I thought about it and I said, he ain't going to be successful anywhere because his work ethic sucks. But anyway, I don't want to talk about people because I hope he does well. But these are 3 characteristics of someone poor work ethic. And if you fall into one of these 3 or all of them, it's probably something you need to adjust. Number 1 and foremost, the thing that gets under my skin the most, and I'm going to ask you this question: do you get to work on time? You know, if you're an hourly wage person, that may not be that big a deal if you get to work early or not, because you're an hourly, they may not want you to work overtime or anything like that, but you can still prepare for your day, okay? In the car business at our dealership, for example, we get started at 8:30. Everybody's responsible for being at work by 8:30. In my opinion, 8:30 is being late if you get there at 8:29 or 8:30, because we have good morning, Miss Corsali. We have a meeting every single morning, and we train on something every single day, including Saturdays. Most of the time they're upbeat, they're uplifting. Every once in a while you got to get a negative one in there, but we're not like most dealerships. But my point is if you're content getting there barely on time, if not late every single day, if that's exactly right, Bill, you get there early. I usually get here by around 7:30, 7:40, prepare for my day, do things, I move some cars, whatever the case would be to get myself going. But if you're content being late to work, I don't care if you're an hourly wage person, that's my biggest pet peeve. You need to check out your work ethic, because that to me shows 2 things. It's a lack of respect for the people you work for, your employer, and number 2, it's a lack of respect for yourself. Okay, now granted, something may happen, you may be late one day, but you shouldn't be late every day or a couple times a week. So get that in check. If that's you not getting to work on time, make sure you do that. Number 2, lazy. People that just content standing around watching other people work gets on my nerves. I can't stand it. We have 100, and I don't know if you can see this. This is our used car lot down here. We probably got 250 total cars, new and used. And it irritates me when we have to move the whole lot and you find 3 or 4 of those guys kind of disappear on you, and they never help with anything. They don't help check the lot. They don't help move the lot. Those are just examples, of course, but are you one of those people who like to stand around and watch everybody else do everything, and then you come in at the end and act like you participated? That's another characteristic of somebody that has a poor work ethic. You're lazy. You don't want to help anybody else but yourself. If it doesn't benefit you, you typically don't want to help, okay? Number 1 was, are you tardy? Are you on time for work? Are you early? Number 2 is, are you lazy? Do you just want to watch around and watch everybody else do the work and hopefully you benefit from it? And number 3, this is another one that's probably going to get people to stand out like a sore thumb. Always complaining or griping about something. Okay, if you find yourself complaining and griping about everything, chances are it's your work ethic that stinks. It's not somebody else, because ideally, if you're focused on what you need to be doing and the things you need to do to get better and produce more, you can't be complaining all the time, because you don't have time to do that, right? I found myself at point in times, if I'm standing around, I watch somebody do something, I might complain about that, but ideally, it's not benefiting me to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see that, I'm going to try to help that person, if it's something they're doing wrong, instead of complaining and talking about them, right? So the idea is to stop complaining. You shouldn't have time to stand around all day and complain about what other people are doing or not doing. Ultimately, yeah, it irritates me, but if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, but ideally that's affecting them. I look at things as, how can I affect myself, my family, and make the dealership better? Whatever that is, that's what I want to do. I'm not always perfect at that, and yes, I do lose deals sometimes for going out of my way helping other people, but at the end of the day, the dealership's getting better. Our numbers have grown a lot, not just because of me, but there's a lot of things we're doing as a dealership. We've had like, of the months this year, 10 months, we've had like, I think 7 or 8 best months ever at this dealership. And we've been open a long time. So go back today, watch this. If you fall in these 3 categories, one of them or 3 of them, you need to work on it because your work ethic sucks. Number 1, are you getting to work on time, or are you getting to work early? Work early. If you're on time, you're late in the car business. If you're supposed to be here at 8:30 and you're here at 8:29 and a half, you're late. That's my opinion, of course. Y'all can take it how you want to. Number 2, are you lazy? Are you content looking and watching everybody else actually do the physical labor and you try to reap the benefits? If so, your work ethic sucks. You need to get that under control. And number 3, do you complain all the time? Do you gripe about every single thing? When somebody else gets a deal that you should have gotten, is that something you complain about? Yeah, you can get irritated about it, but guess what? Move on. If a customer comes in that you know is yours, or that was a referral to you, and they don't ask for you, look, it irritates me too. But guess what? You can only talk about that but a minute, and you got to move on. Stop complaining. So those 3 things, if you fall in those 3 categories, what's up, Nick? Hope you're doing all right. If you fall in those 3 categories, one of them or 3 of them, and then there may be more, that's just ones that I thought of that I try to make sure that I don't fall into. Take those out there today. Make sure that you adjust today. Today's Monday. We're getting pretty close to halfway through the month. Thanksgiving's coming up, so there's a lot of things going to be going on this month, but you can't fall into those traps and letting your work ethic stop, because you want to be noticed in the workplace and you want to continue to grow, but your work ethic can't suck. If your work ethic sucks, it's going to be hard for you to grow like you need to. I hope everybody has a great day out there. Hope you car sales guys. Good morning, Laura. How you doing? Sorry you're catching the end of this, but go back and watch it. It's worth it. Hope all you guys do great today. Sell a bunch of cars. Finish the month up strong. But take these 3 things into consideration if you're questioning what you're doing at this dealership or how your work ethic is. The Fist Pump Guy, selling cars the right way because it's the only way I know. Thank you for watching. Follow the Fist Pump Enterprise.